Good evening and welcome to the Forward Listening Room at the Ark. How's everyone doing tonight? It's great to see all of you. My name's Jennifer. I'm one of the night managers here at the Ark. I want to start off with a special thanks to all of our members. Thank you so much for your support of this great nonprofit music venue and helping to keep music live in Ann Arbor. We love you. Thanks so much for that. I also want to give a big welcome to all of you who are joining us from home. Thanks so much for tuning into the live stream. And remember to show your appreciation for tonight's performance by clicking on the virtual tip jar, which you can find pinned to the comment section of the live stream. I'd also like to give a big thanks to our wonderful crew of volunteers we have helping us out at the club tonight. They do a tremendous job and make it possible for us to have 300 nights of live music and performances each year. How about a round of applause for our great volunteers? Finally, folks, there's just a couple of quick house rules. I'd like to remind everyone to silence your cell phones before we begin, and also let you know that there's no recording and no flash photography. Finally, for those of you who are here, thank you so much for complying with our mask and vaccination requirements. Just remember to leave those masks on for the entire time that you're in the building, just lowering them briefly in order to eat or drink. And with that, we are ready to get the show started. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Ark stage, Kyshona.
Hey y'all. We're cozy tonight. How's it going? Yeah? Thank you for coming out. This is my first time in Ann Arbor. Yeah. Thank you. I was telling the crew here the last time, I've been through the area when I was playing colleges back in the day. But that was over 10 years ago, so we're just going to say this is my first time in Ann Arbor. Yes. So I'm a bit of a storyteller. Some call that Chatty Cathy, but I am a little bit of a storyteller, so you're going to hear me talking a lot tonight. And to be honest, I think talking is natural for me because I started my journey as a music therapist, so I only use the guitar and my singing voice as just a tool. But I was always having to analyze and go deeper. So that is who I am. And I'll tell you right now, I hail from South Carolina. Yeah, a little town called Irmo. You know, a couple weeks ago, I took my trio, Nikki and Maureen, just two other vocalists. We're a full band, really, though. And I took them to Irmo, and Nikki was like, girl, you got a whole hospital and a mall here. This is not a little town. But you know how the places you grow up in remain to be what they were when you were there. So when I was little, there was nothing but the woods. My grandparents lived 45 minutes away. My grandpa, H.T., used to sing in gospel quartets. My dad still does. But my grandpa didn't know all of our names, I think, all the grandkids, so we were all called Sugarfoot. I like to start with this song. It reminds me of my grandpa. This is me feeling like Grandpa's telling me, calm your nerves, Sugarfoot, don't worry about a thing. This is called On the Line. I could worry, let my heart ache. I could dwell on all my mistakes. Oh, but I know that worry don't make nothing right. Or I could carry a heavy burden and make the small things too important. Oh, but I know that worry don't make nothing right. No, no, no. The sun is gonna set and tomorrow it's gonna rise. The flowers keep growing and the birds are still on the line. Ooh, yes. I'm gonna wake up thank the good Lord for every new day. Oh, because I know that worry don't make nothing right. No, no, no. Oh, whether you're rich, yes, or making ends meet, I know you're fighting the same war as me. Oh, and we all know that worry don't make nothing right. No. The sun is gonna set and tomorrow it's gonna rise. The flowers keep growing and the birds are still on the line. Now, Grandpa would ask the church to hum along right here. Pick a note. Yeah. Make up your own melody, y'all. What they say, make a joyful noise. Oh, yeah. And when the road is cold and I close my eyes, I'll wake in glory, standing in the sunshine, and I will know that all that worrying was just a waste of time. Sweet, sweet times. The sun is gonna set and tomorrow it's gonna rise. Yes, it will. The flowers keep growing and the birds are still on the line. The sun is gonna set and tomorrow it's gonna rise. The flowers keep growing and the birds are still on the line. Thank you. So I don't consider myself to be, and people always pretend they're shocked, but I don't consider myself to be a singer or like a strong vocalist. See, I was an oboe player coming up. I had dreams of, being an oboist in like a big old orchestra somewhere, or I was going to be a conductor. But then I heard about this field called music therapy. And it's hard to do therapy in certain spaces with an oboe. Have y'all heard an oboe? An oboe is complicated. It's beautiful, yet so intrusive. But I had to learn how to play guitar because of my major. And I've been practicing. I had been practicing music therapy for about 10 years before I was like, we're going to take a step back. You can only work in mental health so long and not take care of yourself. That's something that they did not teach me in college, was self-care. But what I did learn in that time was that rock bottom was a common theme in every person that I met. No matter if I was in a nursing home or a hospital setting, a mental health hospital, behind bars with those that are incarcerated, I was always meeting people at their rock bottom. And things that I've learned is when you hit rock bottom, we forget that the rock is solid. It might not be comfortable, but you can rest your bones there for a little while. And when you're ready, you get back up again. The hardest thing to remember, though, is to leave your burdens on that rock. Don't take your burdens into your healing. This song is called Burdens Down. As I walk to the river, my knees start to quiver. Is there enough water in the world to wash me clean? My heart starts racing. All these demons I've been chasing tell me that I'm not the kind, no, to be set free. Looking for grace in the graveyard, finding the light can be so hard. Oh, I've been under it and I've been over it. Yes, the Lord knows how to hit rock bottom. Now you can come through the dark and lose sight of it all, or you can lay your burden down. Yeah, yes, Lord, now I feel the winds are changing and my worries get to fading as I stand on that rock that's been trying to pull me down, pull me down. Oh, I'm done with the hate crimes. Oh, yes, to myself I've been unkind. Goodness in me that was lost, yes, Lord, has now been found. I leave the chains in the graveyard. I take the light and a new start. Oh, I've been under it and I've been over it. Yes, the Lord knows how to hit rock bottom. You can crawl through the dark and lose sight of it all, or you can lay your burdens down. Yes, lay 'em down, lay 'em down. Oh. Take that rock, throw it in the river. Wanna lay my burdens down. Take that rock, throw it in the river. Wanna lay my burdens down. Gonna take that rock, throw it in the river. Wanna lay my burdens down. I'm gonna take that rock, throw it in the river. Wanna lay my burdens down. Yes, I've been under it and I've been over it. The Lord knows how to hit rock bottom. I've heard those voices call. You can crawl through the dark and lose sight of it all, or you can lay your burdens down. You can crawl through the dark and lose sight of it all, or you can lay your burdens. You can lay them down. Now, something else I've learned in my years on this earth is that there's something healing that happens when you lift your voice with others. That's my dramatic way of saying I want y'all to sing this part with me. Even y'all at home, find a note, but try to stay close to this one, okay? Sing this no matter where I go. Come on and lay 'em down, lay 'em down, lay 'em down, lay 'em down. Lay 'em down. Harmonies, lay 'em down, lay 'em down. Y'all got it? Hey, sing it. Woo! I got it. Stay right there no matter where I go. Come on. Oh, 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 yes. you're holding on to. Lay 'em down, yeah, lay 'em down. Come on, choir. Yes. I usually have to conduct that last note, but y'all are in tune. Man, y'all are the most in tune with one another audience yet. Okay. All right, choir. Look, I'm going to be honest. I knew I was coming out to the Midwest. I wasn't expecting much. I'm going to be honest. I know. I'm from the South, y'all. But last night I was in Columbus at Natalie's. When I say that room was full of singers, oh my gosh, y'all are right there with them. All right. So I put out a record in February of 2020. Hey, yes, I like that. I don't know who did it, but y'all understand. Yeah. I didn't know. And I had a mission statement for myself when I was writing this record. And the mission statement was to be a voice and a vessel for those who feel lost, forgotten, silenced, or who are hurting. So every song that I wrote for this record followed that mission. And I carry that mission with me in how I walk through my life as well. But this was the very first single off that record. And it kind of keeps with that burdens down. Sometimes you can't get out of the mud, but just understanding that somebody's there saying, girl, just keep on hanging on. You're going to be all right. This is called Too Much. Sleeping on the subway, waiting for your love to change. Second guessing the choices that you made. How you going to keep on keeping on when you feel beaten down and your money's all gone? How you keep on keeping on, keeping on. It's just too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It's just too much. You got more pain before you break. It's just too much, yes. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, too much, too much. Ooh, it's just too much, yeah, too much, too much. Ooh, yes. There's only so much that one poor soul can do. Yeah, yes. There's only so many times you can play to an empty room, yes. How you gonna keep on keeping on when you feel beaten down and your money's all gone? How you keep on keeping on, keeping on? It's just too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. It's just too much. You've got more pain before you break. It's just too much now. All of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, yes. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yes. You know it gets darker. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yes. You know it gets darker. Ooh, when it gets harder, hold on just a little longer. Ooh, just before the dawn, yeah. You know it gets darker, darker, darker. Ooh, it's just too much. Oh, your luck is about to change. Just too much. You've got more pain before you break. Sure, it's too much, and all of the signs are telling me that I'm running out of time. But I gotta tell you, this weight is too much, too much, too much. Ooh, it's just too much. Yeah, it's too much. Ooh, yeah. I said it's just too much. I'm used to doing that song with my tribe with me. I have two ladies that sing with me on occasion, Nikki Conley and Maureen Murphy. And lately I've been like, we don't need a band. We're loud enough. So I still sing as if they're here. So sorry, Dan, about that. I sing as if there are two other women that are just as loud as me up here with me. But in that song, they're like the doo-wop girls, you know. It's a whole back and forth. That's how I go through life, imagining I have two little angels on my shoulder, but they're both, you know, with feather boas and whatnot. This is the title track off of this last record. And I wrote this after a long car ride to Kansas City. And we should all know not to talk about three things in the car for 8 hours. Politics, religion, I don't know the other one, but maybe upcoming divorces, I don't know. Finances. We don't talk about finances either, yes. But in this car ride, a friend asked me my opinion on a movement we were going through. Pick one. But see what happened when she asked me my opinion and I was speaking my truth. Before I knew it, I was in a debate. And I get quiet when I get mad. There was a third person in the car that noticed my silence and was just like, hey, friend, maybe we should take a beat. Kyshona's explaining herself, but you are debating her right now on her truth. See, when I was in college, I had to learn how to listen. There was a whole class on it. Listen is a verb that requires you to sit still and be quiet. Active listening. You mirror a person and you keep your mouth shut. But I wrote this for every person that's ever wanted to be an ally, but have a hard time getting their own experiences out of the way when someone is telling you their truth. This is called Listen. Why you gotta interrupt when I'm not done talking? I need you to keep it shut. This ain't up for discussion. Yeah, I'm pouring out my heart, 'cause I want you to see it. I know you're picking me apart, but you ain't gotta speak it. Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why don't you listen? Yeah, I know you wanna help, but you're deaf to the mission. Even when you see the hand I'm dealt, you pretend it's my decision. Don't try and say that our struggle's the same. Don't lie and tell me you're ready for change. tell you my truth. The only thing I ask of you is listen. Ooh, listen, yes. Listen. Ooh, listen. Why don't you listen? Why won't you listen? Why don't you listen? Why don't you listen? I have t-shirts out front that just say listen with a period behind it. I've had a lot of teachers buy that t-shirt. I'm like, this is going to work great in my class. Also, a lot of wives have bought that for their husbands. Just saying. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. Down in the soil, deep down in the water, but there's a crack that's freaking back. We can't mend it all alone. Come along, you weary. Gather around, you strong. We will bring our voice to peace, where love can be our song. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. Climbing higher and higher up the rough side of this mountain. No, we will not say a word, no, till we get to the other side. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest our bones in the cleft of the rock. Keep on marching on. No, we ain't gonna go. Just gonna rest A couple of weeks ago, my friends Maureen and Nikki, we were honored enough to have recorded an episode of Mountain Stage with Kathy Mattea. Yeah, we got to meet Larry Gross. It was so awesome. But it's airing right now, so it started airing yesterday. But you can listen. And that song, Cleft of the Rock, Larry Gross chose as the song of the week. So hopefully you guys hear it. My hope is that I hear it while I'm traveling around this area tomorrow. The next 3 days, I'm just going to be tuning into all the NPR stations. I have been in Nashville now for like 9 years. That's where I'm based. And something about Nashville is you get caught up in the whole co-writing world. It's a whole culture where you meet with a stranger or a friend and you sit down in a room and you say, well, what you going through? And to be honest, a lot of our songwriting sessions are more like therapy. I've had friends that have told me because I am a music therapist, they're like, Kyshona, I feel like I need to pay you for this song that we wrote. But one thing that I have forgotten how to do was to write for myself. I got so used to helping other people tell their story. I forgot how to share mine. Maybe 3 years ago, I went through a really traumatic health experience. And I wrote this song as I was making a big old decision about legacy. And if my body could carry on a legacy. This is called My Own Grave. If these barren hands could hold you, I'd hold you tight until you dreamed. And if these empty arms could bind you, I would bind you to the broken parts of me. And oh, if these solemn eyes could see you, I would watch your lips as they spoke my name. And if this virgin heart could love you, I would love and swear to never love again. Ooh, I never focused all the time. Ooh, no, I believed in all the lies. Ooh, now I've got to face the choices that I made. I've done my own grave. Dug my own grave. I always walked the line of lonely and swore it just wasn't my time. I swore this music kept me holy, but it was me that built the walls for them to climb. Oh, I regret the time I've wasted. My home is now a vacant bed of dreams, and all these childish thoughts have faded. And these words are now my only legacy. Ooh, I never focused on the time. Ooh, no, I believe in all the lies. Ooh, now I've got to face the choices that I made. I've done my own grave. Thank you. I don't sit by myself and write often, but that one was like maybe the first one I had written by myself in 8 years, and then I haven't written by myself in a while since. You know. Oh, thanks, y'all. It's hard to spill your guts on by pen, you know. And I've been trying to stay on this whole legacy train for a while. I've been talking to my great Aunt Verna. Yes, Auntie Verna is, she's in cognitive decline, but she is still swift, and she is the keeper of all the history around the family. So I've been taking little trips back to South Carolina when I can, and I've been asking Auntie Verna all the questions I can about, you know, who was this person? How did this happen? What was that really about? Because as a child, you know, the thing that I grew up with was stay out of grown folks' business, you know. But because of that, there's a lot of things we don't know. All my cousins, we don't know everything. So we're having to piece things together now that our grandparents are gone. And a lot of that is health things as well. What is it that was passed down in the blood, you know, and how can we stop the cycle? Now, something that we didn't know was passed down on my daddy's side was songwriting. My grandpa HD, like I said, he would lead all these songs in choir in church, but we didn't know those were songs that he wrote. And then my brother, like me, was a late bloomer, and he was depressed. And during his depression, he just picked up a guitar and started playing by ear, whatever. He's like my dad. My dad could play by ear. I need charts. Tell me what key we're in. But my brother started writing music, and long story short, he ended up in Nashville 5 years ago, sleeping on my couch. Yes. And then traveling back and forth to South Carolina to see his wife and kids. And then one weekend he stayed back, and we wrote this song, thinking about legacy. And what have we let stand in the way of our legacy? We could call it many things, but in the end, it's just fear. So we thought, let's write a song to it, but never say its name. This is called Fear.
Call it by his name.
his name. Y'all got those with me? Call it by his name. Come on. Come on. Yeah. Call it by it. Call it by its name. Call it by it. Call it by its name. Call it by it. Call it by it. Call it by its name. Call it by it. Call it by its name. Yes. I love when y'all harmonize. Right? What are the things that we have been scared to do? And I'll be honest, the big one for me is speaking up. I was raised in the 80s and 90s in the South, and I was told, keep your mouth shut, keep your head down. Don't be seen or recognized or noticed, right? That was how you were a good little girl. And I am in therapy now, trying to battle that. It's intimidating when these young people out here, organizing, marching. And I'm from that generation of let's just work quietly in the back and make a difference that way. And I want to leave that legacy behind of using your voice. I wrote this with my friend Caroline Spence. Even though we come from different backgrounds, we're raised differently, we both struggled with this using our voice thing. And I always dedicate this to my nieces and my nephews. This is called Out Loud. I know you've got the words. I hate to see you hurt. I'm tired of watching your wheels turn. You're like a bird that won't sing. I wish you'd say anything. I think you know just what you want now. Just too afraid to say it out loud. I think you know just what you want now. You gotta say it out loud. Well, it can be so hard to even ask for what's ours, but you give away your power every time your silence falls and other voices fill the hall. I think you know just what you want now. Just too afraid to see it out loud. I think you know just what you want now. You gotta say it out loud. You gotta say it out loud. If you admit it, you won't forget it. just what you want now. Just too afraid to say it out loud. I think you know just what you want now. You gotta say it out loud. You gotta say it out loud. You gotta say it out loud. Go out there, be loud, be sloppy. I love this saying they say, what is it? If you're going to mess up loudly or something. Yeah. So, I do have some merch out there. I have about 3 CDs here, and only 3, so y'all got to fight over those 3. I'm kidding. I have 3 CDs here. Y'all get it. And some T-shirts, some trucker hats. If you feel bold and stylish, I encourage you to get the Listen hat in bright hunter green orange. No, bright hunter orange. There's no such thing as hunter green orange. But it's stylish, I'm telling you. So if you feel bold, go out there and grab them. I only have a few. This is an older song of mine. I wrote it after my grandpa H.T. passed. And we discovered that all the songs he was leading in church were ones that he wrote. And I learned that the day before his funeral. And so I went home and I had this new guitar. And I was like, I wonder what Grandpa would write to us right now. I wonder if I can write in Grandpa's voice. And this happened. This is called the Riverside. If I if I ever go away, oh, check on down by that riverside. Yes. Thank you for that call and response. Yes, all of that. Mouth trumpet and all. Yes. I have a friend, Ellen Angelico. Ellen is a phenomenal guitarist back in Nashville. And Ellen is also the most talented mouth trumpeter I've ever heard. She can play a whole trumpet solo with no trumpet in hand while she's playing a guitar solo. It's phenomenal. Yeah, exactly. Wow. Wow. Yeah, I love Ellen. Ellen's from out this way. Not really. She's from Chicago. But, yeah, there we go. Somebody? All right. I don't know anything about it. It's great. That's great. But I want to stick on this legacy train that I'm on right now. And this is one that I was thinking about how so much has happened in so little time if we look at the span of from my grandparents' generation to mine. I grew up with my great-grandma. Anybody else? No? Hey, yeah. Great-grandma Sydney. Grandma Sydney was 105 when she passed away. Yes, and for the last 10 years, she was ready to go. Like, the last 10 years of her life, she stopped taking her diabetes medication. She stopped taking her blood pressure medication. And you would tell her, you would see her and say, Grandma, how you doing today? And her response was always, I'm just waiting on the Lord, baby. I'm just waiting on the Lord. I was like, I know, Grandma, I know. I'm just waiting on the Lord. But I think about all that she passed down to us that didn't even have to be spoken, right? There is a way of walking through the world that Grandma Cindy taught us. She was a tough woman. She was tiny, but she was tough, as was my Grandma Alma. And Winsboro, South Carolina, where they lived, was a tough town in the segregated South. And I think Grandma Sydney passed a torch now, and I'm thinking about what kind of torches we're passing on to the generations after me. And I think the theme for me is like, never stop marching. I want one day for Mavis Staples to cover this song. I'm going to speak it on every microphone I can until it happens. Okay? Yes. This is called Marching On. Many the miles that I have traveled, so much pain I've had to rise above. So many dreams have come unraveled. Still I'm waiting for my love. I hear a distant hallelujah singing a change is gonna come. I can still find a song in this old guitar. Still see the light in that dying star. There's a jubilee choir singing into the dawn. Keep on marching, child. Keep on marching on the road it may be long. Keep on marching on. Ooh, yeah. Many the men who have fallen by the hand of a mighty few. We can hear star. There's a jubilee choir singing into the dawn. Keep on marching, child. Keep on marching on. I can still find a song in this old guitar. Oh, and I still see the light in that dying star. There's a jubilee choir singing into the dawn. Keep on marching, child. Keep on marching on the road that may be long. Keep on marching on. Just sing your freedom song. Keep on marching on. Oh, while our hearts are young. Keep on marching on, yeah. Keep on marching on. Ooh, keep on marching on. No, no, no. Keep on marching on. Ooh, keep on marching on. Thanks, y'all. Thank you, thank you. See, I'm talking about y'all speaking into existence. Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm. My next in line for that tune is Ruthie Foster. I call Ruthie is my play auntie, even though she don't know it yet. I met her once. My old roommate took me for my birthday to see her play in Nashville at City Winery, and from like note one, she just opened her mouth and said ah, and I just like weeped, face wet, could not even drink my wine. I've never had a reaction or a response to someone like that before. And then I later played this like railroad like concert they do by the train tracks in Decatur, Georgia. And I think it's just called Tunes by the Tracks or something. And after I was done playing, this young little, two little black sisters came up to me, and the little girl was just weeping and like couldn't say anything. Her dad brought her up there, and she was crying. I was like, oh goodness, what did I do? What's wrong? He was like, she's just overwhelmed. She's just overwhelmed. And my friend was standing there with me, and she, as a little girl walked away, I gave her guitar picks and everything. And my friend said, you know, what she's experiencing is she's never seen someone like her do what you're doing. She's never seen her reflection on a stage. And I realized that's what Ruthie was for me. Yeah. When you see someone being bold and loud, telling stories that are similar to yours and how that can like feel, just my I wasn't intending to talk about that, but that was whew for me. Yeah. Woo. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Back on track, Kyshona. Raise your hand if you've ever read the 4 Agreements. I can't see y'all. Oh, wait, there we go. Okay, so people have read it. So y'all can help me out. Dan, you read it too? Yes, okay. So 1 is be impeccable with your word, right? Always do your best, right? That's 2. Now, the last 2 I get confused because they're very similar to me. 1 is don't take things personally. Right? And what's the 4th one? Don't make assumptions, right? Don't take things personally and don't make assumptions. I paraphrase the don't make assumptions to not everything is about you, right? That's my like paraphrase. I need to remember don't make assumptions, don't make assumptions. Those last 2 are the hardest to do, right? Don't take things personally and don't make assumptions. They go hand in hand. I wrote this with Maureen and another friend of ours, Jen Bostic. And this is something like I struggle with every day, is I will run into somebody who is just so mean to me, and I am a nice person. And I don't know what I've done to receive it. But also, there have been days where I have been unpleasant to people myself, and it has nothing to do with them. There's another book by Don Miguel Ruiz, who wrote the 4 Agreements, that talks about this about us all walking around with these invisible wounds. Nobody can see them, but they're there. And you know when a wound heals, there's a little scar tissue there, but it might still be tender to the touch. And so as we're walking about our daily lives, we may accidentally bump into a person. We may rub against that wound the wrong way, and they lash out at us. but it ain't got nothing to do with us. It's about the wound that we touched. But we forget that because we respond, right? So we wrote this song as kind of a reminder that all of us are walking around with just wounds, just raw, open wounds, just trying to get by day. And if we can give one another a little grace and remember that we're all hurting, that's the common ground we can start from. We all are hurting in some way. You can blame it on religion. You can blame it on the president. Blame it on the way that we were raised, or blame it on the government. We can be angry at each other, always pointing fingers. We could use every excuse, it's so easy to do in the heat of it. Sisters and brothers, when we gonna come together? We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. We're fallen people, people who hurt. We've all had the moments, we've all fallen a little short. Isn't there something you wish you could take back? Something you're fighting for? Look down the street, somebody's in need. Guns and bombs are going off. Tell me, what's it all for? Sisters and brothers, when we gonna come together? We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. Ooh, we're fallen people, people who hurt, yes. We're judging at the first look, and we haven't read the whole book. The only place to start is to learn from where you are. We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. Ooh, yes. We're fallen people, people who hurt, yes. We're fallen people, living in a fallen world. Ooh, yeah. Fallen people, people who hurt, people who hurt. We're all just people who hurt. Hard to remember that, though, isn't it? Especially in traffic. Or when somebody cuts you in line, you know. It's hard. It's really hard to remember that. I have to turn that one on, and my niece has before, like, pressed play on that song. That song, whenever I'm, like, going through it, who hurt, she'll sing that to me. Or to her little brother, she'll sing, if he's not paying attention or if he forgets to do something, her go-to is, "Why don't you listen?" We got to arm the kids, y'all. I just got a few more for you, maybe a couple more. My name is Kyshona, and I thank you all for coming in the room and tuning in online. Thank you. I have a website. It's Kyshona.com, Kyshona. And again, I have merch for sale out here. Talk to my buddy Raff. He's going to hold it down, taking Venmo and all that. And I'm going to leave us with a little prayer, a little theme in these last two songs. I think you'll get it. You've got your reasons, and I've got mine. Ain't no agreeing, but I'm on your side. I can hear your heart over the screaming crowds. We've said awful things, but I'm still choosing you now. We've got more in common. We've got more in common. No matter what you think, where you've been, who you are, we've got more in common than what tears us apart. Second chances, they don't come every day. They're like sun and Seattle, like February rain. So let's build up these bridges, oh, and tear down these walls, oh Lord. Let's give love when we need it and be ready to receive it, 'cause love is binding us all. We've got more in common. We've got more in common. No matter what you think, where you've been, who you are, we've got more in common than what tears us apart. Na na na, na 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 na. Take my hand, we'll rise together through the fire. You are my brother. The more we seek, the more we find it. More in common. Take my hand, we'll rise together through the fire. You are my brother. The more we seek, the more we find it. More in common. Yes. Take my hand, we'll rise together through the fire. You are my brother. The more we seek, the more we find it. More in common. We've got more in common. We've got more in common. No matter what you can sing these with me. Na na na, na 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 na. Yeah. Na na na, na 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 na. Na na na, na 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 na. Woo, yes. Y'all okay? Yeah. My body hurts. No, it's just because I have to get my body back into the hang of, girl, you got to stand and drive, then stand and then drive. Thought we were being honest with one another. I'm going to leave us with this one. I'm going to need your voices at the end, okay? Or throughout. This is a reminder to myself that it doesn't matter how different we look, how different we love, who we love, how we love, what we believe in, or how we choose to believe in it. If you cut us deep, we all bleed the same. Think on all the things we have in common with one another, all the ways that we are hurting. Oh man, Moses, he's waiting in the river, trying to wash his hands free of the blood and the pain. How to tell his children why we kill each other. How after 2,000 years we still live this way. In the home of the brave, in the land of the free. If you're telling the truth, look got enemies. It don't matter what you believe, no, no. We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. We carry the sins of our fathers for years. We learn how to hate, and we learn what to fear. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Can't undo all the bad that's been done. Can't put that bullet back in my gun. All you can do is try to love someone else. For goodness sake, won't you love someone? We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. You got it, you can sing it with me, right? We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. Yeah. Ooh, ooh, don't cover your eyes, no, no. Ooh, yeah. Don't look away, child. No, 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 no. Oh, don't cover your eyes. We all bleed the same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood. We all bleed the same blood, same blood, same blood. I hear y'all out there, come on. with you on the streets as you go about your life. Same blood, same blood. Yes. Man, thank you guys so much. My name's Kyshona. Thank you so much. Go see Ralph out front. I'll be out there. Oh, thank you guys. You're so nice. Thank you. Okay. One more. I never planned for that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, you want that one? Okay. All right, let me switch guitars, but go back to this one. Okay. Ooh, I haven't done that one forever. Let's see what happens. I hope y'all know it so you can sing it. Can you feel it in your bones? Can you? I can. I can feel it in my hip bones. I feel it in my left hip. You know, the sciatica's kicking out. You know what I'm saying? I'm kidding, but also not kidding. Oh, I'm in the wrong key. See, told y'all. Got it. Okay. Y'all got me if I forget these words, right? When I was but a child, my mama told me, girl, don't let the light pass you by. You can shine bright in this dark world. And then I grew older, struggling to find my place. I pleaded alone. Can you shine a little light on my way? Ooh, love be that thing. Can you feel it in your bones? Feel the burning in your soul, yes. Feel the perfume of love. Can you feel it in your bones? What's the next verse? There we go, cool. When troubles come your way and doubts knocking at my door, yeah. Don't you harbor that darkness shine. Behind those walls there's so much more, yeah. Leave your worries behind you. Go on and find your place. Come on and open your eyes. Let a little light shine your way. Ooh, love be that thing. Can you feel it in your bones? Yeah. Feel the burning in your soul. Yeah. Feel the way you used to know. Can you feel it in your bones? Keep that going right there. You've been looking for the light in the darkest corner, looking for the light in the midst of storm, waiting for your time all along. It was waiting for you, waiting for you. Looking for the light in the darkest corner, looking for the light in the midst of storm, waiting for your time all along. It was waiting for you, waiting for you, waiting for you, waiting for you. Ooh. Can you feel it in your bones? Yeah. Can you feel it in your bones? Woo. All right, teamwork, teamwork. I love the dancing. That's what teamwork, man. Thank you guys so much. Come say hey, I'll be out front. Bye.